Hey guys, I'm ZeldaMaster and I'm here with a short Breath of the Wild discussion video. With only 28 days left until the game is released, the hype is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just so excited for this game to finally come out. I'm going to be doing a 100% Let's Play of it, as well as a lot of other videos, hopefully speculating what the timeline is from the game, because this is the one game that Nintendo hasn't revealed its timeline since the official timeline has come out. Because with games like Skyward Sword and A Link Between Worlds, Nintendo, before the game was out, told us where it fits in the timeline, so we were able to figure out. Same thing with Triforce Heroes. So with this game, Breath of the Wild, coming out, and Nintendo not really pinpointing where it stands, yeah, it's going to leave a lot of speculation for us to kind of pinpoint where it lands, unless somehow Nintendo announces it before the game is out. But I don't believe they will, because I feel like that's a huge plot point to the game. But in general, I have a lot to discuss about the game, and overall, I really enjoy making these kind of videos. So I hope you guys are excited as well. Hopefully you guys are, because yeah, there's a lot of Breath of the Wild content to come in the future, overall, just to hype up the game, and when it's obviously out. So yeah, anyways, to get on with this video, what I mainly want to talk about in this video is Link's companion in Breath of the Wild. Now, I feel like we already know whether Link is going to have a companion or not, and what I mean by that is because in previous Zelda games, we've seen Link have companions that help him throughout the game, and they're literally there since the beginning of the game to the very end. It's not like someone who appears within the game for a brief period and then disappears. It's literally Link's companion from the start of your adventure to the end, so they play a huge role within the game. And in games like Twilight Princess, we had Midna, who had a lot of character development, and overall, she is my favorite companion Zelda has ever had within the Zelda series. But then we have games like Skyward Sword, where we have Fi, not much character development. She's more like a robot that analyzes certain things we see, and overall, her personality isn't something I enjoy too much. I like her concept, how she's the spirit within the sword, how she's there with you, you know, through thick and thin, all of that. You know, overall, Fi seems like a cool character, and at the very end of Skyward Sword, I feel some sort of connection with her, but throughout the game, I usually, you know, don't really like interacting with her because she's not a fun companion. But in other games like Ocarina of Time, we've had Navi. In Majora's Mask, we have had Tattle. In Wind Waker, we didn't really have much of a companion outside of the King of Red Lions, who wasn't there with us throughout our whole adventure. I mean, granted, he did use the Gossip Stone to speak to us, you know, via the Pirate's Charm. Actually, it's not called the Gossip Stone, but it's some sort of advanced version, at least the King of Hyrule says it is. So yeah, we use the, you know, the Pirate's Charm that we get from Tetra, and that's kind of how we speak to him throughout our adventure. Well, in Breath of the Wild, I feel like we're going to be getting something similar to that in particular. I feel like Wind Waker's companion and its whole system in that regard is going to be very similar to how Breath of the Wild works. And what I mean by that is not just the King of Red Lions, because in the Wind Waker, we also met characters like Medley and Makar, who helped us in temples, and they were kind of like our companion for that short period of time, you know, heading to the temple, taking on the temple, and then saying goodbye to them after completing the temple. And well, in Breath of the Wild, we see a lot of similar things to that. Now, what I mean by that is characters that might be similar to the sages within the Wind Waker, Medley, and Makar. And those are hopefully the Goron, the Zora, and the possibly Rito tribesmen. According to a lot of you guys, the translation literally says that the Birdsman is a Rito tribesman, so the Rito has been confirmed. At least, you know, this is an update from making yesterday's video, but I'm waiting for Nintendo of America to kind of confirm it for us as well. So overall, my speculation on the bird is a little, and it's not just because, you know, oh, the Zoras and the you know, Rito live together. No, I can see them coexisting with each other, and it's possible, you know, it could be a different type of evolution of, you know, different Zoras, because as we know, there are River Zoras that are the evil Zoras we see in the Downfall timeline that attack Link. Because, yeah, no, and a good example would be A Link Between Worlds. It has both Zoras, the good ones and the river ones, which are the bad ones that attack us. So, I mean, what are the odds of, you know, a third type of Zora species that ended up becoming birds? That could be a possibility. I could totally see that happening, but let's kind of get off of that topic. My point is that these three characters clearly have something going on with them, aside from them being mentioned in Famitsu, and those being, one, the unique weapons that they are holding. If you couldn't tell, the Dorito tribesman is holding a unique bow, the Goron is holding a giant hammer, as well as the Zora holding a spear, and each of these weapons are variations of weapons that Link can have throughout the game, so maybe they will upgrade Link's weapon, give Link some sort of upgrade to certain weapons or something. I don't know. I'm just assuming that these weapons could play out. But another thing that makes them stand out is the fact that they are all wearing the same blue scarf that resembles the attire Link and Zelda wear throughout Breath of the Wild. And that also raises a lot of questions. I mean, at first I thought maybe that was some sort of thing to unify them with Hyrule and, you know, all of Hylia pretty much, you know, since they're different races and they're not Hylian, maybe the scarf would mean, oh, okay, they're a part of the race, or they're a part of the people of Hyrule is what I'm trying to say. But I don't believe that's it anymore, because I believe that these are the only 3 characters that are going to be wearing it, and maybe it signifies that they helped Link, or that they're going to help Link, or that they're very important in a similar role that Link will be playing, so these characters will have a lot going on. And overall, I'm just excited to see the character development with these 3 characters and what they'll do. Just in general, like, I feel like my hopes for Breath of the Wild is being answered, especially with the whole character development and backstory, because according to Nintendo, they want to make the characters come to life, which is something I feel like they've been lacking. Now, I'm not saying every character they've been lacking. They've had a lot of really, really interesting characters. I'm just saying they could use more within the series. So I feel like they are going to do that, which is really exciting. So yeah, the possibility is that these 3 characters we're going to be meeting, which also have been confirmed with, you know, specific names, but you know, just the Japanese names. I'm pretty sure Mipha will stay, but I'm not sure about the Goron or the Birdsman. I don't know if those names will change, because I really like the name Mipha. I think that's actually a really nice name for the Zora girl that we're going to meet within the game. But it would be cool if all 3 of these characters, like if you take on the, you know, temple that's located in the Zora's domain like area of the game, then you have the Zora girl help you out. You know, Mipha helps you in some sort of way with her hidden power or something. And then when you go to Death Mountain, you meet the Goron, and the Goron's gonna help you out. And then maybe when you head to the sky or whatever, you find the Rito or the Birdsman, and he helps you out as well. I think that'd be really interesting, and maybe they can use their weapons that they all have, because they all have different unique weapons to help you out, you know, do certain things. But in general, that doesn't really cover the main companion within the game. Those are going to be like temporary companions within certain portions of the game. So even if that was covered, we don't really have a main companion for Link, and I really don't think Link will be getting one. Nintendo did say that the Gamepad was actually going to serve as a companion, because Breath of the Wild was originally made for the Wii U, and the Sheikah Slate was supposed to be like an extension of the Wii U, or the Wii U was supposed to be, the Wii U Gamepad essentially was supposed to be an extension of the Sheikah Slate, and that's why they looked very similar. So like during E3 when we saw the Sheikah Slate, and then when I was able to play with the Gamepad and use the Sheikah Slate, it felt like I was Link holding the Sheikah Slate, and when Link, you know, looks at his map or anything, it looks like Link is looking at a gamepad, like a Wii U gamepad. So overall, that's really cool, and Nintendo did say that it was going to be used in the sense that the gamepad could speak to you, like audio would come out of the gamepad specifically, similar to games like Transistor on the PlayStation 4 that have also, because the PlayStation 4 controller also has speakers, so characters can speak to you through that. Or like if you play GTA or something, you can hear like the cops or something like that, like through the controller, which is really cool because it adds like another element to the game. You know, it comes out of the screen and it's in your hand and you hear it right in front of you, you know. So I think that would have been really cool, but sadly that whole idea, even though it seems pretty cool, has obviously been scrapped because the game is also coming out on the Nintendo NX. So, or wow, I really called it the NX, the Nintendo Switch. So if it's coming out on the Switch, you know, it wouldn't really make sense for us to have a gamepad as well as, you know, a screen to look at, because yeah, the Nintendo Switch is not going to be like that. It's not going to have two screens. The console is the screen, so either you're looking at it from the screen or you're looking at it on the big screen. There's no like holding it the way you were gonna do it in the Wii U version. So that idea was scrapped, but it would have been really cool to see Link use the gamepad, like the Sheikah Slate, to be his companion. But at the same time, who would be behind the receiving, or I guess the end telling Link, because Link is on the receiving end, who would be on the other end telling Link the things he needs to know through the Sheikah Slate? Because if some sort of voice is supposed to be coming out of the Sheikah Slate, makes you wonder then who's the real companion. This is just a device that connects to Link. It's nothing more. So it definitely makes you wonder, and obviously that the idea could be that Zelda is speaking to you through the Sheikah Slate, similar to how Tetra did in Wind Waker, and she is your companion in the sense that you just hear her disembodied voice through the Sheikah Slate, and then maybe you'll meet her, because we don't really know what happened to Zelda. Link was put into, you know, like a stasis form. You know, he was in the Tower of Resurrection, you know, his body was put in and he was resurrected 100 years after. But what about everyone else? Like, Zelda had to age within the 100 years, or was she also, you know, put in some sort of thing similar to Link, to where she did not age and she was asleep for 100 years? Who knows? That's the thing. We don't really know what happened to Zelda, but we know that Zelda is going to be saved, of course, not just from seeing her within the game, because people could say, oh, that's Zelda in the past. No, I mean, the objective to the game is to stop Calamity Ganon as well as save Zelda, and, you know, that's Zelda's duty as well, to save her kingdom. So clearly she's going to be in it, and it would be cool if she stayed as a disembodied voice to communicate with Link and be his companion, in the sense of like telling him where to go and all of that, until, you know, finally they meet up at one point in the game. And I think that'd be really interesting if that is the case, and it might be the case. I mean, granted, yeah, the gamepad won't speak to us, but we'll still have that disembodied voice guiding Link. I mean, that's what guides him to the Sheikah Tower to activate all of them, and then from there on he learns about Calamity Ganon, and then you speak to the old man. That's hopefully going to get Link off of the Great Plateau. But in general, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a companion similar to like Midna or Navi. There might not be any at all. It might just be the disembodied voice for the beginning of the game, and then you have no companion until maybe you meet these new characters that will help you out in some sort of way. But yeah, it's crazy to think, because that means Link doesn't really have a companion in this game, but we still don't know for sure. Obviously, I'm 100% sure it's not going to be a unique character that will help out Link throughout the game, because if so, it would have been introduced a long time ago. Pretty sure they would have branded the game with this character as well, or have had something. Like, I feel like if Link would have had a companion similar to Midna or Fi, they could not hide it for this long. I feel like that would be really important to show off. So, yeah, but we don't really know. I mean, maybe Nintendo is hiding a lot of certain things that could be potential spoilers that we don't know. I feel like we know a good gist about the game, but when the game does come out, we're still going to be blown away with the content it has and the overall story. Even though I feel like I generally understand how the story is and the overall plot, I'm sure that I'm still going to stand to be blown away, and it's just going to be so amazing seeing the story, like, just, you know, pretty much pan out in front of me, and yeah, being able to explore it all. I'm just so hyped, and every time I think of playing the game, I just get so excited, because yeah, it's so close. But anyways, I guess that does it for this little discussion. I just thought I'd, you know, kind of rant slash talk about things. This wasn't really a rant, but this was more of like, you know, a little discussion video about my opinions on the companions and overall how it might work in Breath of the Wild. In general, I just have a lot of fun kind of, you know, talking about Breath of the Wild and making these little discussion videos, because it's fun to read your comments and get ideas from you guys and just kind of have a little dialogue between each other through these videos, because yeah, it's just, I'm really excited, and I can't help but just sit and talk about the game all the time. So I hope you guys are excited as well, and I hope you guys are enjoying these sort of videos. Let me know what you guys think about Link's companion in Breath of the Wild, and overall your thoughts and opinions on this video. So thank you all so much for watching. If you have a different type of discussion you want me to talk about, maybe tomorrow or in a future video, to continue this Breath of the Wild countdown hype, let me know in the comments, because yeah, I want to hype up this game as much as possible until it's released, because I'm just so excited. But okay, anyways, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna end off the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been ZeldaMaster. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.